Hey there everybody, it's your boy, Commander Krakdawg, and today I'm going to show you how to engineer in Elite Dangerous. Basically, we're just going to go over the foundational pieces to get you started on your first engineer and your first engineering upgrades, and then from there you can use Inara to go ahead and look up other engineers, or you can also use the galaxy map filters. So the first one we're going to do is Felicity Farseer in Deciat 6A I believe. Let me go ahead and pull up Inara here. Good old Inara. INARA dot CZ, Charlie Zulu. All right. When you go there, we're going to go to the data tab and we're going to go ahead and click engineers right here. Beautiful. All right. Now you get a list of all the engineers. If you just scroll through, you can see they're all here and what they do, where they're at, what their name is, even a picture of them. However, you can also filter up here. You can also go by unlock requirements, see what it costs, what it requires to unlock them. Though I'll be honest, it seems like there are. It's not really very clear, to the new player what these things mean, how to discover meeting requirements, unlock requirements. You think, oh, well, are they all not the same? No. How to discover means, like what you need to do to get a message that they even exist. The meeting requirements is what you need to actually talk to them and meet them, and the unlock requirements is what you actually need to do to use their stuff. So it's a little strange, but it is what it is. Personal equipment will also tell you like what you can upgrade down here, like for your your on foot personal equipment stuff, right? All right. Anyways, but ship modules is usually what people are looking to upgrade when they try to engineer. So let's go to our first one, and I'll tell you what it is. It's Felicity Farseer. Should be right around here. Yeah, perfect. And that's in Deciat. Yep. Perfect. And we're gonna go for the frame shift drive that you see. Good old Granny Farseer has plenty here, right? Thruster sensors and a few others that you can also try to increase. Like you can get your power plant going a little bit, your shield booster, FSD interdictor, right? But mostly you'll just be worried about getting sensors and thrusters up maybe, and frame shift drive is the primary. All right, so we'll go ahead and click Felicity Farseer. And we can also see what we need before we go there. You will need certain ingredients, right? So for frame shift drive, I always suggest increased range, not shielded, not faster boot sequence. It's your choice. Like these two, they have their uses, right? Don't get me wrong, but it's almost always increased range because you want to go further, faster, right? So, you don't want to get stuck. You like the star is just too far away, especially if like it's a really big jump, big gap, and you have like a synth boost for it. Like you can actually inject something into it to make your range even further. You definitely want to maximize this, right? So you can see what it's going to cost you. Grade 1 is going to be one atypical disrupted wake geckos and so on and so forth. And the last one obviously costs a bit more rare stuff, right? Now, I'll give you a quick idea about how to find these, but I do have a video for most of these. You'll just go ahead and check my channel for like how to get manufacturing materials, how to get encoded materials, and how to get raw materials for engineering. Okay, raw, manufactured, and encoded materials for engineering. Those are the three categories. If if you don't have enough of one, you can always find a material trader by using the data tab, search nearest material trader. Okay, now let's go straight into the game and actually show you the process. So I'm already in Deciat, but we're gonna go ahead and just type it in for the full guide. Here we go. I'm in Deciat. Go ahead and travel there. And then you're going to go to your navigation tab. I suggest putting on a filter for settlements, your choice, and scroll down to Farseer Inc. It'll have a little engineering like hex bolt icon there. Makes it a little easier to see. So go ahead and lock the destination. It is a planetary landing, so be prepared to do a planetary landing, okay? Which is also why we are not going to super cruise straight to it, right? On a super cruise lock, that is, I mean. I'm charging up for a super cruise. Alright, and once you've come out of orbital cruise, you've dropped in, we're going to go ahead and, request docking here at Farseer Inc. It's a regular old planetary little port. Not exactly regular, but, pretty much. We're going to go ahead and find our pad and land. We're going to go ahead and dock. Like it should be right about there. All right, yep. And it's pretty easy to land at Farseer Inc. They've made it pretty light gravity, 0.09, no biggie. You just have to find your little station to dock at and you'll be all right. All right, and once we've docked at the station, we're going to go to local services. And we're going to go to the engineer's workshop. Perfect. And you'll see all the ones you can edit here, as well as how far you can edit them up, okay? So like power plants only goes up to level 1. It looks like engines goes up to level 3 here, so maybe Inara's a little outdated or I just missed that. But anyways, so the first one we're going to do is the FSD, right? Since we can go all the way here. I've already got a really high-end one that's completely done, but I'll show you what it looks like here. All right, so again, ignore faster boot and shielded. We're going for increased. You can change it later if you want, but just make sure you brought the right materials and you checked on Inara that you have them. All right, so we're gonna go to, you click level 1, and there should be one here that says, watch, if we say like power plants, right, we can click generate modification. This button is what we're looking for. All right, when you don't already have it, if it has a check, it means you have it. If it's a circle, you can still generate the modification. You'll see what you need here, and is being a little annoying, but the cost and how many you have currently. Okay, so let's go back, let's go to FSD, and you'll see for this one you'll need atypical disrupted wake echoes. That's an encrypted one. You'll need a few of those, a couple of them, to finish the first level. A couple more of those plus chemical processes to finish the second one. 4 or 5 of each of these, phosphorus, and which is a raw chemical processes, again, a manufactured and strange wake solutions, encoded material. And you keep doing that, and so on and so forth till you get to level 5. Data mined wake exceptions are a little tough. Arsenic's a pretty rare raw, but once you've got them all together and you finished out all the way to level 5, you completely have all the upgrades you need, except for the experimental effect. Now, I would suggest deep charge. That's what I use. I'm an explorer trader. I like to move fast, but you can, right, choose whichever one you want. Maybe strip down, you never know, right? Mass manager or something. Your choice. All right, beautiful. And experimental effects can only be applied at the engineer. All right, so you have to actually be here at the station. And you go, well, what does that mean? I thought we had to be here anyways to do that. No, we can actually pin blueprints, okay? You can see I have this pinned already for the FSD, so we're going to go ahead and, right, click whichever one you want, like say you want to, and you can only have 1 pin per engineer, so make sure you choose wisely. So if I choose like say power plants, right, go here and I hit pin blueprint for low emissions power plant or whatever, or overcharge, it takes away the other blueprint, all right, that we pinned. So every time we pin one, it will allow us to use it at any other station, but only that specific one, only that, like if I choose a increased FSD range, I can upgrade my FSD all the way for FSD range, but that's it. Just this little section here. No experimental effects, and you don't get any reputation with the engineer. So every time you increase, a level on something here, every time you engineer something, you get a reputation with the engineer, right? And it'll tell you up here what your access is, grade, whatever. And grade 5 is the best, all right? And you need to get better grade access with certain engineers, as you do it with like Felicity Farseer. It'll unlock a few others, and so on and so forth, kind of like a tree down the line. All right, and there's other things as well you need to do, but access is important. It will also give you access to like better upgrades and stuff like that. Some of them can't even be used without that right level access. It also tells you right here. Okay, and you can also hit browse all to see all the ones. I think you have the ones that Felicity Farseer has entirely, right? As opposed to modify your module, which is just the ones I have on my ship right now. All right, and you can only edit the ship you have in here, and you can't bring a ship over. You see there's no shipyard, so, be prepared for that. Don't be surprised. You have to bring the ship over physically. But now that we have it pinned, all right, usually right around here at a different station, there'll be a little engineering icon, right? And you click that and do the same thing as that menu, just for each of the pinned blueprints instead. That's all. And like I said, you don't get new rep or you can't do experimental, so you do occasionally need to visit the actual engineer and to pin it in the first place. So you kind of need to think about it too. With Felicity, it's good to pin the grade 5 FSD increase range, because that one is used pretty much for every ship, right? You know, very rarely will you not be using that upgrade. And not too many other engineers offer grade 5 FSD upgrades, or rather, none of them offer any grade 5 upgrade for FSD that they don't also offer grade 5 upgrades for something else that's more important, right? That Felicity doesn't offer. Do you get what I'm saying? It's a balancing act of which ones you're going to pin, one per engineer. But if you're smart, you can pretty much get all you need, and very rarely ever have to visit the engineers. Mostly you'll be going looking for materials, all right? So I guess let me go ahead and just show you real quick how to find some materials. These are going to be the manufactured materials. These are the easiest ones to get.